Well, guys, welcome. Good morning. Happy Thursday. My name is Alexa, Operations Manager here at the BPM RIA office. This is Broward, Palm Beach, Miami-Dade Real Estate Investors Association. We're going to get into an awesome webinar today. We're going to unleash some real estate investing wealth that is going on here. And we are going to unlock secrets to massive profits. Again, local. Super excited. Not only do we have our president here, but we also have one of our mentors here. So we have Anish and Harry in here, who will get into it in just a moment. But I have to tell you guys, we have an insane raffle today. If you are interested in coming to our quick start training, just for being here, you have an opportunity to win one free ticket just by texting the word quick start to our event line 954-800-6961. And just be careful, guys. Make sure you have quick start, all one word. Don't let the autocorrect mess up the calculations in there, mess up the technology. So
yeah, you're gonna lose already. Follow directions. Rule number one.
Quick start, all one word. Send it to our event line. Don't text it in the chat. Text it to this number that you see on the screen. Take a picture. I'll pop it in the chat box as well for you guys, but super excited for someone to win this amazing raffle. Oh gosh, good luck, everybody. Upcoming events, everyone. We have lots of amazing events coming up, especially this Saturday. Guys, we are almost sold out. If you are interested in getting your self-directed IRA started, we are actually going to do that in this workshop this Saturday. It is $59 for members, $99 for non-members. We're going to go from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. with Carl Fisher, the co-founder of Camaplan. Super grateful. This is going to be an awesome workshop. Nice, tight-knit coffee, tea for you guys. Awesome opportunity. And I'm so happy to see that many of you that are in here have already signed up. So thank you guys. Go snag your spot before it's full. Highly recommend going to do that right now.
Yeah, he's one of, just so you guys know, Carl Fisher, if you've been in the in-person meetings, he is actually one of my mentors. I have three, Sharif Medawar, who spoke a couple months ago, Marshall Silver, and Carl Fisher. So literally changed my retirement account from X amount, and I 10x'd it in less than 8 years. And I love tax-free money. So you definitely want to go to the event. He's awesome. Again, this is going to be a small event. He's going to have some things that he's going to talk about. That's why these events cannot be recorded. He's going to give you some down and dirty secrets that we use to make extra money and not pay taxes legally. So
absolutely, we want to make the most.
5 times my account already this year.
Yep.
Exactly. So ready to have you guys come in this Saturday. And then next week, we have an awesome webinar here with Chris Kennedy, our fellow PAC expert. If you don't know what PAC is, it's Professional Athletic Community. They work with professional athletes, a lot of Miami Dolphins players in there, but also amazing other retired NFL stars. So he is going to get all into property management. I'm really excited to have Chris in here. So if you guys haven't registered for that webinar next week, please go do that right now. Link to our website is in the chat for you guys. And then you are all getting spoiled this month, July. It's just going to be a great month. I have awesome workshop here for you guys, 20 ways to invest in real estate. Another incredible raffle for attendees only, led by Anish. 2 whole hours with Anish. He's going to tell you what we're doing here. He's going to answer all your questions, spend time with you guys, and it is free. We have this event sponsored by one of our corporate vendors, A to Z Capital. So we're really grateful and happy to have you guys come in for free because it's sponsored by A to Z Capital. So excited to have you guys there. Following week, free from zero to short-term rental hero, Antonio Lopez, one of our in-house mentor students, now mentor. He is all about his short-term rental, and he's learned so much We actually brought the NFL players from PAC to his short-term rental in Fort Lauderdale. It was amazing. I have goosebumps just thinking about that experience, but he's going to give you a ton of insider secrets, and he's going to follow up this webinar with a full day workshop online. So please keep your eyes open for this. I'm going to post the workshop for you guys on the website by today. So look out for this. It's going to be awesome, and he's going to tell you everything you need to start an Airbnb. So other than that, we have amazing tax planning strategies for real estate professionals free webinar with advanced tax advisors, Jose Ramirez. So really excited to have you guys at these free events. This Saturday is a paid event, but these are all free events that I hope to see you all at. And once again, limited seating for these free events, you guys. So save your seats as soon as possible. Best way to keep up with events is via text. If you ask me, it's super easy. All you have to do is text the word BPM REIA, all one word, no spaces, to our event line 954-800-6961 to receive text updates with the registration link. Everything you need to register for the event sent straight to your phone. Super easy and simple. And that's in the text box or chat box for you guys. So alrighty, Quick Start Boot Camp, our next 2-day full day boot camp is August 5th and August 6th. This is Saturday and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. via Zoom. This is a live training. It's completely led by our CEO and lead mentor, Anish Dave. And sorry, guys, my dog is freaking out back here. I hope he's okay. I'm sure he is. This is going to cover wholesaling, flipping, rehabbing. We're going to have 4 guest speakers coming in. We offer member and non-member pricing. It is an incredible opportunity if you want to get insight on what we teach in our coaching program. We have coaching program here at BPM RIA, and this is going to be the closest opportunity that you can get in a 2-day full day training. You're going to get so much knowledge. You will have a booklet that you can keep for life. This is also a money back guarantee. So I cannot recommend this training enough for anyone who's interested in wholesaling, flipping, and rehabbing and has any interest in our mentoring program. This is the best training, and you must go if you haven't already. So thank you guys for responding to this poll on the screen. I see many of you, the majority of you are saying yes, you are interested in the 2-day Quick Start Bootcamp. So I'm looking forward to talking with you guys more about that and excited to see you guys there and change your life. Alrighty, members, as you know, you get all the goodies. You get in free for our in-person networking quarterly meetings. Your guests come in for a discount. You get the entire National RIA benefit package, which includes discounts to Home Depot, Avis, Budget, Rent Perfect, so many amazing vendors. And I'm really, really encouraging, if you are a member and you are not using those benefits, please let me know so that we can get you access to all of those benefits. And give me 1 second, guys.
So she moves on that end of it. So again, memberships, just to give you a good idea, we spent our members have spent well over $8 million last year. So you do get benefits at Home Depot, Avis, Rent Perfect. It is awesome. Obviously, we always have events, member pricing and non-member pricing, like our Quick Start and this Saturday's events.
Awesome. Thank you. I made the mistake of leaving him in the same room as me. He is now in a separate room. Also, you have member pricing for all of our special workshops, such as the boot camp, such as this Saturday, for example. So members, highly recommend you use those benefits. And if you are interested in the membership, just go straight to the website. And also thank you for responding to this poll so I can send you more information about it. Mentoring and coaching. Many of you know that we do offer one-on-one coaching and mentoring here at BPM RIA. Some of you may not know. For anyone who's interested in getting more information, please go to the website. I have a link right there that you can book a discovery call with me. We can get into all the nitty-gritty questions you have. We can also schedule this 1-hour consultation with a mentor together. I'll be more than happy to schedule this meeting for you guys and also get you a copy of the brochure with the breakdown of everything that's included in the program, as well as the pricing. So I look forward to speaking with you guys on our discovery calls, getting you answers to your questions, and getting you the information you need to decide if our program is a good fit for you guys. This is a truly one-on-one coaching. It is a very, very unique program. We do put up 100% of the money for our students' deals and split the profit 50-50, which is very awesome. And we're going to talk more about it today, so you guys don't have to wonder. Always want to take a moment to thank all of you for being in today's webinar. I really, really appreciate you guys. We wouldn't be able to have these amazing events without you. Always want to thank the National RIA, all of our vendor partners that you can find on our website. Thank you, Anish and Harry, for taking the time today. A couple housekeeping rules. I will go ahead and put some helpful links in the chat for you guys. So keep your eyes on the chat box for helpful things, updates, things like that. And I will be more than happy to help you guys if you have questions, but please put your questions in the Q&A box. If you have questions for Harry and for Anish throughout the webinar, go ahead and put your questions for our speakers in the Q&A box. I'll be in the chat with you guys if you need anything, but I'm really excited for today. And there will be a winner by the end of this raffle. So please keep your eyes on the chat, stay till the end if you want to win. And this will be recorded and posted to our YouTube channel. So
Awesome. Thank you, Alexa. Way to, open up today with our announcements, and always, at the office here at BPM RIA, she runs everything. And as you guys know, if you've been interacting with our office, without a doubt, if you want anything done, make sure you speak to Alexa. And I'm talking about my Alexa, not Amazon's Alexa. I got my own Alexa. So again, welcome, guys. In case you don't know me, right? So my name is Anish Dave, CEO of BPM RIA. I do see a lot of new names on it. So to give you a breakdown, what we're going to talk about in the next 75 minutes or so is I'm going to teach you some things about real estate. I'm going to show you some deals. I'm going to talk about our coaching program and why you're going to want to invest in it. I do have also Harry Diamond, who is one of the lead mentors and actually friends and family, all the above, is the way I consider it first and foremost. And I learned a ton of things from him also. So let's kind of talk about today. We're going to talk about, unlocking some of the secrets of some of the deals that we've been doing down here. So I'll give you some information who I am, right? So I've been a licensed real estate agent since 2004. I'm a licensed mortgage guy, since 2001, I think, or actually been in the real estate banking mortgage end of the world since about 2018. So that's I'm going to make is that 25 years? Holy crap. So that's a long friggin' time that I've been doing this. How many of you guys, and today I'm going to ask you questions to make sure you're listening in, and I get that you guys might be at work and you're not supposed to be doing this, and this is your little cheat thing. Is listening in on us, so no problem on that portion. So I might just ask you to interact. So otherwise, it's just going to be me and Harry talking again, and no one listening, and we won't tell you all those quick little secrets that we've been up to. So again, I've been a licensed mortgage guy since actually 2000. I've been in banking. I grew up in New Jersey. I am Indian, and my degree is in finance. So, I thought like normal kids, I grew up in Jersey, I'm going to work in New York, do the commute and work for this big firm. And, they're going to take care of me, right? They're, 20 years, I'm going to work for them. I'm going to have a big pension and they're going to take care of me. And lo and behold, I read that book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Put in the chat if you guys have read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And if you haven't, where in the heck have you guys been? Right? We all know the Rich Dad Poor Dad. And what I realized was awesome book, right? And I said, holy crap, my dad's poor dad. And I'm doing a nice job of following him and being poor dad also. My dad's worked as a financial analyst for the same company for 35 plus years. He got an awesome watch after 30 years, right? Not much of a pension. So it was a little frustrating to see I was on the same path. So one of the things that I did was I said, I got to figure this out. And I said, let me go buy some real estate, right? Rich dad, poor dad, I got to build passive income. And I said, okay, let me go ahead and start buying properties. And I started crushing it, started my own mortgage company. And lo and behold, I was up to 28 properties, millions of dollars at 38 years old. And I kind of joked about it. And I said, please, if you believe in a higher God, higher being, I said, please, God, let me be done. And guess what? I was done, meaning I lost everything. So the market crashed. And guess what? I really was like whooped. And I said, as I'm losing everything, millions of dollars, mortgage companies shutting down, the properties, I ran into, of all things, a coaching program. So back then, for you younger people, there was actually flyers. I was somewhere and I saw a flyer, talk about wholesaling, and I didn't know what that was because I always fixed properties and sold them, or I fixed them and kept them. And I said, let me go to this class. I got to figure out something. I didn't want to go back to corporate America. I didn't want to go back to banking. And I learned about wholesaling. And of course, they had a program like everybody else. Their program started at 50,000. And guess what? I didn't have 50 grand. I only had 25,000 bucks. So guess what, Harry? Magically, guess what happened? They had a $25,000 program that they didn't advertise, of course, right? So I did their $25,000 program. Their boot camps in Phoenix was another 6,000, another 6,000 in Houston. And if I wanted to be in their inner group and get those special deals, that was another 13,000. So the information was good. I'm not going to fight about that. And some of you guys may have done some national programs, but I was in it for 50 grand. The challenge was my mentor was in Utah and had no idea about South Florida. The good end of it was they said, go to your local RIA. That's how I found BRIA back in the old days, which we were called before I changed the name to BPM RIA. I did their program. I was one of the top students, and I actually got to buy the RIA from my mentor. So it worked out for me. And then we came up with our own program, and that's where we are today. So the cool thing is, after I lost everything, it's been the wholesaling, rehabbing end of the world that actually got me to, live life the way I wanted to. We do have mentors on our team, and you might have met some of them on the webinars or in person. Harry and Victoria, Michael and Mabby, Taryn Ward, Denise and Lucian also. All were former students, and now they're mentors, and they're still doing their own deals, right? So my wife and I, Colombian princess that I have, we love traveling around the world. And it's been this business that got me to go to India on a 5-star trip, the Maldives. How many of you guys love traveling? Give me a yeah, buddy, if you like traveling. Tulum, Dubai. We've been all around the world. And the funny part is, if you ask my wife, she says, we haven't been anywhere. So that's another conversation or a different kind of webinar. The other mentors, right? Harry, Victoria, Denise, and Lucian. They've also traveled around the world. Harry, you want to give a quick background about you, of what you've done?
Yeah, well, I noticed there's no presentation slide for me. Well, I'm more like the rest of everyone who's on this call right now. I had no real estate experience. I came from an engineering background and had a farm market in Vermont, did the American dream kind of thing, and had really nothing to do with real estate. I also spent $50,000 on one of these programs, national programs, and did learn quite a bit, but realized that it was never enough to actually do a deal and take the risk. But they all did say, go to your local RIAs, and Victoria and I went to almost all of them, and we fell onto BRIA, which is now BPM RIA. And that was the only place we felt comfortable, that this was a place that we could actually get information and get help to grow a business that we haven't even started yet. So we've been involved with since 2012, end of 2012, early 2013, so about 10 years now. And since then, with the help of Anish and the team and the organization itself, we quickly shot up to be the #1 students in Broward County. And now feel like we have to, pay back and pay it forward to others who are learning as well as we have. And we've learned a tremendous amount, not only in real estate, but also this weekend with Carl Fisher. He changed our lives on our retirement income growth. And there's a lot of things that, aside from real estate, that we've learned in this business, in this organization, which has helped us be better people, better business owners, and better able to help a lot of people.
Yeah. And so what also Harry's not going to tell you, but because he is a little shy, him and Victoria did, I want to say almost 9 deals last year that netted well over $1 million in profit. 8 or 9, I'm not sure, somewhere 7, right? Somewhere around there. But all I remember is over $1 million, and he never rehabbed a house. The other things that even Alexa was talking about, I've been working with the Miami Dolphins on their business combine to teach these young athletes what to do outside of football. I am their expert for short sales, wholesaling, rehabbing, and short-term rentals. So it's been pretty awesome when it comes to that. The professional athletic community, these are retired NFL players. If you're a big football fan like me, it's pretty awesome to see these young men educating. I think the irony is some of these guys have made literally hundreds of $1 millions to maybe $1 million or $2 million, the full spectrum. And I think it's hysterical that as big as burly these guys are, they're afraid to make an offer on a house. Anish, I'm scared to make an offer. Made me laugh. So everyone's been in that situation of making your first offer too. So we also do our every year we do a barbecue. We're still trying to figure out what Harry's doing with aluminum foil around his stomach. Maybe we're gonna, I don't know. I was gonna call you a turkey ball, but that's probably not appropriate. I can't say that, right? But so one of the things that before we even get started, how many of you guys want to make more money in 2023? Give me a yes, buddy. Give me a yeah, buddy. So I know.
Yeah, buddy.
Living. Give me yeah, buddy, right?
I can do a verbal. Yeah, buddy.
Yep. There you go, right? All right. A couple of you guys. All right. So how many of you guys know that you're going to have to sharpen your skills? And if you don't sharpen your skills, it's going to cost you money. Give me a yeah, buddy. Right? Absolutely. And ultimately, right, how many of you guys know that ultimately nothing's for free? It's going to cost you something. And you're going to have to actually invest in yourself so that you could get to the next level, right? Give me a yeah, buddy. So that I know, right? And so one of the things I wanted to do, because I do see a lot of new faces here, I'm going to play a quick video of what we've been up to last year so that you guys could see what we've been doing.
This is one of the best programs I've been a part of. The support is outstanding.
I encourage you to join this association. Your life will be changed.
Anish and everybody that was part of the BPM RIA they were just wonderful. They are very knowledgeable. They were helpful. They were patient, kind, very good teachers, very organized. Everything was just it was a great quick start seminar.
Never mind. Wait for me to go.
BPM RIA, Anish and the team, they are amazing. I have been a corporate member of the BPM RIA, formerly known as BRIA, for probably almost 15 years. And being part of an organization like that is just amazing when you get to see the people's lives that they're changing.
Hey, what's up? This is Avery Moss, former New York Giant, former Miami Dolphin. Recently, I got to finish up this PAC event where it was a group of professional retired athletes that got together and we're trying to figure out the next chapter of our life. Just hearing them talk, going through everything, like instantly, I was inspired by the guy. It was like a light bulb clicked above my head like a cartoon. And thanks to Nish Dave, I can say furthermore, I'm going to go through this process and get into real estate, stop messing around and actually do it, because I feel confident now of knowing what exactly what I want to do after meeting him and getting a base knowledge and seeing how things are.
Position. Grab the seat of the chair. The seat.
There you go.
Put your knee on the corner if you want to. All right. You're going straight to the floor, not at an angle. Straight up and down. You're going to see the straight to the floor. Touch it once.
You're gonna
Touch it twice.
destroy that shit, dude.
Touch your third time. Explode!
And I have to say, they're an exceptional bunch of people to work with. How to use a technique, creative financing, how to get rid of liens. Don't hesitate to join, work with them. They will definitely help you get through the roughest times.
They put up all the money for the deals. They're there with you, make sure all the paperwork is right. You know, they're not going to leave you alone on this. And yeah, I recommend this.
BPM RIA program, it's definitely changed our lives. They funded our deals.
Hey, can't go wrong with other people's money.
Exactly. You know, they funded our deals. They got us into real estate. They held our hand the whole way through, and just really, the most amazing thing is we literally have these guys to. It's nothing for us to pick up the phone and call Nish and be like, "Hey, look, we got this deal. What do we do?"
They're not going to let your deal fall through.
So that gives you a good idea, right, of who the heck we are and what we've done last year. So what are we looking for, right? Motivated sellers. Go ahead and put in the chat, what is motivation for you guys? What do you think a motivated seller is? Put in the chat. So I want to hear what you guys think motivation is.
While they're
Steve,
doing that,
stress?
can I just say one thing about the video?
Yeah.
One of the things I don't know if everyone noticed was we were showing a lot of vendors and other things. When you start in real estate, people tell you to build your team. Here we have the entire team, everybody that you need to be successful in real estate. For me to be successful in real estate is already here. So it's like a plug and play kind of thing. All right, thank you.
Yep, no worries. So yeah, right. So distressed. Are we really looking for what's distressed? Right. So one of the things that what I'm going to tell you is what you're going to find out. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people that are distressed, but they're not motivated. That was a big distinction for me, right? So our students, we always talk about it, is that when you work with us, we're always looking for motivation. I hate to say it, some people believe, that someone's going to save them, right? Somehow, or maybe they're going to win the Powerball for, was it 780 million this week, right? They're thinking somehow they're going to be saved. So yeah, Abby, absolutely divorced, right? Past due taxes could be one. What else out there? What else are we looking at, right? Yeah, they might have to, Russell always is is one of our newer students. Maybe they got to leave town like Russell. Who you running from, Russell? I'm kidding. Relocation, Abby, right? Jenny, of course. Probate. Someone passes it. Passes away, I should say, and they're passing it on to the heirs. Right? We love, living in Florida. A lot of people used to retire here. I don't know about now because of the prices. We did have one of our national speakers. This is his joke, not mine. And he always talked about Florida as God's waiting room, meaning, hey, someone's going to pass away. A lot of the heirs, the kids, they all live up north like me, New Jersey, New York, Chicago, and they're not going to magically come down here and become rehabbers, right? So these are, again, we're looking for motivation. We also call it list stacking, right? So what about more motivation, right? Hey, they're behind on their taxes. They're behind on their mortgage. Oh, and by the way, it has to go through probate. So the more things that you have stacking up, right? What happens is they should be motivated. So these are the things that we're looking for. We've had deals, right, where the house is perfect condition. It wasn't really distressed, but they needed to move away, right? Relocation, jobs, all the above, right? So these are important things. What do you need to make an offer, right, on a property? What things do you need to make an offer? Who's on your team? What are some of the things? Got to put in chat while I talk about some of these things that you're going to need, right? A title company. Why do we need a title company? Go ahead and put in chat, right? I just want to make sure you're listening, right? So title company is someone, right? They're going to actually make sure that the title is clear, right? There's no liens. There's no things clouding the title company, meaning, or the title search, I should say, or the property to transfer, right? Those are important. So we have that as, yep. And Juan, you're right, for escrow, right? So you need money. How many of you guys think money is important? Give me a yeah, buddy. Yeah, having money is important. Yeah, absolutely. So I know you guys, you professional YouTube video guys, right? No money, no credit, no nothing. And I'm going to get it under contract, right? Here's the challenge. In Florida, right? I'm not going to talk about other states. I imagine it's almost everywhere. To have a valid contract, executed contract, you need consideration. What's consideration? Money, right? So you do need a deposit. I cannot tell you how many people we've seen, like the newbies. Hey, I've got this under contract. Let me look at it. And they have no deposit. Don't have it under contract. One of the biggest, if you come to our, when you come to our quick start, Kevin Thatcher, he's going to talk about double closings and assignments of contracts. His beautiful home in Parkland with horses and all the above was actually, quote unquote, under contract with another buyer, except for one big thing. They did not put a deposit down. Can you imagine that? I believe the house was I want to say it was over $1 million, and they did not put a deposit down. So of course, Kevin, being experienced, said, hey, I love this. Hey, what do you mean you have it under contract? And they didn't put a deposit. He goes, no problem. I'll put a deposit down right away. So I would hate to be that guy, right? If he's married like me and if his wife really wanted that house and I forgot to put a deposit down. So even on the investment side, you gotta put money, right? So go ahead and put in the chat, how much money would you put down? Let's say, for example, we got a house under contract for $300,000. How much money are you guys gonna put down? Go ahead and put in the chat, 1%. Steve saying 1%. So that's $3,000. 1%, okay. Sabrina, 3, okay. 1%. Anybody else? We're going under contract. Avetta, I hope you're saying Better you put $5, you put a 5. I'm hoping it's not $5, right? 3 to 5K. Okay. Yeah, it depends, but Abby, you're going to send the contract, right? So what I'm going to tell you, I did see someone put down $100. How do you guys feel? Hey, Harry, I love your house. I'm a cash buyer. Let me look at my pocket. I think I got $100. Oh no, I'm sorry, I only got $1. How about I give you this $1 and I'll go under contract? You want the $1? Here you go. Right? So in our market, generally speaking, $100 is not enough. The more the better, right? The stronger it is. What I can tell you for us, we do a minimum of $1,000. Some of you guys may or may not have enough money, you know, for deposits. I would say as a minimum $500. But if you can, muster up 1,000. The challenge becomes, well, what happens if you have, I don't know, 10 offers out there and you're putting 5% down, right? So Veta, right, you know, or Abby, you know, you're saying, you know, listen, 5K and you have 10 offers. You have $50,000 out on the street. Not a big deal. Like for us, we could do that. That's not an issue for me. When you're new, that might be a challenge. So I know it's funny. I know it sounds really basic. But when you put down whatever that deposit on that sales contract, you really do have to put the money down. The next part of that question, where do you put the money? Do I give Harry the seller? Who holds the money? Who holds the money, right? The escrow agent. Yes. Give it to the title company. We have a couple title companies within our organization that are fantastic with investors. Kevin Thatcher, title, you know, Mr. Title King himself, Independence Title, Concierge Title with R. Lee, Synergy Title. They have all worked with us. So they're all excellent partners. Sales contract. Let's talk about that, right? So how many of you guys have been watching YouTube and have a, you know, you've been making offers on a 1 to 4 page sales contract? Go ahead and put it in the chat. Right? So yeah, we're going to put it as a minimum of $1,000 deposit for us. If you have more money, the more money you put down, the stronger your offer. So is anyone using the 1 to 4 page contract that you got from these national gurus? All right, they're lying. Okay, so back in the day, I did. I'm not going to lie, I didn't know better on that portion. So the challenge here in South Florida, or Florida in general, everyone has what? A realtor friend, a title company friend, lawyer friend, all the above, or investor friend. And the 1 to 4 page contract, it's valid. The challenge becomes when there's issues, when you're fighting for the deposit. So we want to go ahead and use the Florida FAR Bar as is contract. And that is 12 pages. It also has all the addendums. There's a new contract that just came out in July. So you now want to, yep, Steve, I think it's 13 now. It literally just came out at the beginning of the month. So you want to make sure you're using the right contract. Again, the homeowner doesn't know who you are. You want to be professional. These are reasons why they're going to work with you. What you're going to find out, we talked about motivation. If it's only price, that is not motivation. I promise you. If they say, hey, if you're not going to give me my price, then I'm good, right? So that's not motivation. You want to listen to them. The other things that you also want to have is, you know, proof of funds, right? So Harry's going to make an offer. He's going to put $1,000 cash buyer. Hey, great. I'd like to see your proof of funds. What would you use as proof of funds, guys? Put it in the chat. The other thing you do want to include is your articles of incorporation. When you're making these offers, you want to submit everything together. It's going to make you feel, it's going to actually have you be professional on that portion. Yeah, you could use bank accounts. Yep. You could just cross out your bank account number. You could use proof of funds also from some of the hard money lenders that we have, and we have about 5 of them. What I will tell you is they don't mind giving you proof of funds letters, but what I would tell you is use them, right? So they're going to say, hey, I don't mind, Anish, give me proof of funds. When you do the deal, I'm hoping that you're going to use me as your first option for hard money. Yes, you could use those proof of funds. I've used also retirement accounts also. So again, you don't have to take the money from, I don't know, your retirement account. You just want to make sure the seller feels comfortable. Right. So Harry, what's some of the things that you've done kind of quickly, because we do have information of what you've done to make a seller feel comfortable working with you when you present an offer?
Well, certainly we found that giving the homeowner all the information, all their options that are available to them makes them feel more comfortable, because then they can make their best decision. We had one where they wanted $700,000 for the property, and like Anish says, it's not about price. We actually closed on it for $300,000. Once they understood everything that was needed and what was going on, they still walked away with over $250,000 worth of equity or profit. So they walked away to buy another house. So it's just about getting the situation, getting them to understand what all their options are, and giving them that choice. A lot of people don't like to be told what to do, and we're finding out in this industry they're being not misled, but they're not given the whole story. So other realtors, other investors, attorneys, they're all saying correct things, but we found that most homeowners realized that if they had known there was something different, they would have made a different decision.
Yeah. How many of you guys got up in the chat are having trouble finding properties? Right? Put in the chat, or, hey, I've been crushing it. Because, being part of the National RIA, we were just at the mid-year conference, and it's been so crazy. So many people have been saying, I can't find any properties. Right? So, and if you're having trouble, where are you looking? I'm just kind of curious. You're asking mom, dad, you're asking your real estate agent. And again, I am a real estate agent too. So I'm one of you guys, and all realtors are not created equal, right? So one of the challenges that you run into is that you're all looking on the MLS, right? So the multiple listing service. And what we've seen in this last 6 months, and actually Francisco from RIAFAX is probably going to be doing a webinar. Actually, I might do a webinar on something of my own, but what you're going to find out in the last 6 months, the numbers have gone up, right? So in Miami-Dade County, pre-foreclosures right now, I think it went from almost 12,000 to almost 13,000. Broward County's gone up from like 7,500 to a little over 8,000. Again, pre-foreclosure is when someone has been served from the lender. They've been behind on their payments for 90 plus days. And what we're finding, generally speaking, only 2 or 3% of those houses are for sale on the MLS. So you're looking at the wrong area, right? It's like trying to get, if you're trying to buy a new car and you go to, I don't know, Lexus of Pembroke Pines, and they have that one ad. So this is how old I am, that newspaper ad. So not newspaper ad, but online ad for that one car that's the special price. So now you're battling everybody else for that same car. What we're looking for is, right, on your way to work, every day you pass this house, it's got a carport. There's a Cadillac. It hasn't moved for 8 months. So if you're like everybody else, what do? You just drive past it, you don't notice it, right? But if you were flipping cars, you're going to say, wow, that car hasn't moved. You're going to knock on the door, talk to grandma, right? And say, hey, your Cadillac hasn't moved for 8 months. It's got a flat tire. I'm a cash buyer, right? There's no middleman, even though, if you're a licensed real estate agent, and when you're buying houses, obviously disclose you're an agent, but let them know there's no commissions. Generally speaking, homeowners don't care if you're an agent or not. They're going to say, what am I getting? Am I paying a commission? And so we're really going belly to belly, face to face, talking to homeowners. At the end of the day, this is still a people business. Yes, are we using automation? Are we using technology? all the above. And so some of you guys I always hear like, hey, look, I want to buy rental properties. So how do we identify rental properties, right? What tools can you use to get rental numbers, right? How do you know what a house rents for? What tools are you going to use, guys? I'm just kind of curious. You just hoping? You're just going to knock on the door and say, hey, what are you paying? Right? Ask realtors, right? They know. That's a perfect place to ask people. Rent a meter. Right? Yep. Steve, you're right. AirDNA you'd use, right? Also, rent a meter is fantastic. So just in case, you're in other markets, rent a meter works. REIFax, obviously we love REIFax in Francisco. It does rental rates also. The other thing I love about REIFax, it also does Airbnb, or I don't want to say Airbnb, I should use STR, short-term rental rates. So you could figure out, hey, is that house a good short-term rental? What we found, and you'll see if you're ever on Antonio's webinars, that what you think might be a terrible area for a short-term rental, it's a cash cow. So it doesn't always have to be on the beach. It doesn't have to be this mansion. And that was one of the things that was really big for the football players. We were showing them, houses in the hood, cash flowing like 3 or 4x than normal rentals, right? And then the other thing that we love using is your local Section 8 housing department. So we've had actually the Broward Housing Department actually on a webinar. I want to say it was probably, about a year ago. And if you call them, they will go by zip code, right? So if you got a property, they'll tell you bedrooms and bathrooms, what Section 8 will pay. So if you don't know what Section 8 means, right? So this is where families, it's usually families, a lot of times it's single moms, what we've seen. And what they're doing is they are actually helping out with money for rent. And I used to have a lot of Section 8 properties. I actually loved it. Meaning I love the first of the month. Guess what? Guess what I got, Harry, on the first of the month? An automatic deposit right into my account. So it worked out. It's fantastic. I know, some people, they get a bad rap. I don't know how else to say it. What I can tell you is if you're on Section 8 housing, you don't want to lose it. There's a massive waiting list. And of course, you want to do background checks and, that's always important. But it'll give you a good feel of what rental rates are in a neighborhood. How many of you guys, right, want to be landlords or are landlords? Put in the chat. Just curious. You could see Harry does not want to be a landlord at all. I'm a landlord. Yeah, he's got a yeah, buddy. Lori, yep. Sabrina, okay. Yep. Carl, yep. Yeah, a lot of you guys do, right? So I own a 5-unit building in Wilton Manor. Half of it is short-term rentals. Half of it's long-term. And of course, I don't do any of the management. So I outsource it. When I outsource it, my partner handles all the short-term rentals and the rental stuff. I don't want to hear the calls about, guess what, the toilets, the flooding, the roof leak, whatever it is, right? So you always want to make sure that you have your real numbers. So that's never a challenge, depending on what your exit strategy is. So what we always say, what do you consider good return on your investment? So my landlords, you guys are landlords. What do you guys need to make? I'm just kind of curious on your rentals, right? What do you guys need to make? What's a good number for you? And then I'll tell you if I think it's realistic in our market. And I'm going to use, you give me your long-term rental. Oh, you can give me any number, right? I'm okay with the short-term rental if you're mixing it, right? So RTOB, all right, 6%. Anyone else? Just please pay $400 to $500. Lewis, is that per door? If it's multifamily, per house? Yep, okay. Per door? Yep. But what number do you guys need to make, right, for you to look at it? So for me, I got to be over 6 or 7%. right? Carl, I wish it was over 1,000, not in our market, depending on price. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge. I could tell you that, because we have to worry about taxes and insurance. So we're always, and I'm going to give you the super elementary cap rate, capitalization rate. You always hear it all the time. Obviously, there's more advanced cash on cash, IRR, but what's a cap rate? Right? So you're going to take the total income, right, minus expenses, which is going to give you your net operating income, divided by market value or purchase price. So I'm just going to give you an example to make it easier, right? House is worth $270,000, or you're going to pay $270,000 for the house. The rent is $2,000 a month, right? You're going to have some expenses. So what are some of the expenses you're going to have? Just curious, right? You own a house. What expenses may or may you not have? And what we're going to use, not a mortgage, right, on this one. So we're saying we're paying cash. So no mortgage on this one. Right? So tax, repair, right? Insurance, my favorite. So I don't know if you guys have been watching what's happening right now with insurance. Some of you guys are homeowners. Citizens is asking to raise the insurance. They just got in front of the Florida Congress to try to get more money. So I saw today Farmers Insurance is leaving Florida. So I believe almost 5 or 6 companies have left Florida in the last 12 months. So this is really going to become a problem, right? So you could guarantee insurance rates are going to go up. If you want to bet on a short thing, I'm going to bet on the short thing. So you want to make sure you calculate that. So the insurance of what you may be paying today, and if your numbers are really tight, you could easily run into negative cash flow, right? Taxes, right? In general, we could probably agree taxes are going to go up, unfortunately. The other big thing that we're seeing is, when you're going to have maintenance. So I always see newbies when they're analyzing properties. Oh, well, they said everything was new. Well, you always want to put at least a minimum 5% for maintenance. And for me, the big one also is property management. I am not going to manage it myself. So you can, right, if you want to do with property management, what I tell people, if you're really going to expand a portfolio, you're not going to be able to manage it yourself. So you want to build that in. And Steve, you're right, with vacancy, it's usually 5% is what you want to add in. That's what banks will use, 25%. The hedge funds, meaning if they're buying or selling a portfolio, they're okay with 5%, depending on the fund. So I'm just making this super elementary on when it comes to it, right? So you want to take out those expenses. So it's $13,500. Again, you could see what I'm doing. This is super easy math. 13.5, right? Divided by 270,000. It's a 5% cap rate. You guys feel that, right? So that's 5%. Go ahead and put in chat. Here's the question. If the neighborhood is really, really nice, right? And I'll pick in our South Florida market, like a Weston, I don't know, Coral Springs, Parkland. Will the cap rate be higher or lower for an investor? Right? Yep, Steve knows. Right? Generally speaking, they're okay with a lower cap rate. Why? Why are you okay with a lower cap rate? You're picking a Coral Springs, a Parkland. Yeah, lower. Yeah, so it's an A neighborhood. Yeah, stable income, right? So generally speaking, again, you're going to have, higher net worth people. Higher net worth people, generally speaking, pay their bills. These are huge generalizations I've seen on both sides where high net worth people have not paid their bills. But generally speaking, right? If it is, I don't know, what's your favorite hood, Harry? Like an Overtown, even though Overtown's better, right? So my Miami people
My favorite hood is neighborhood.
Yeah. Right. So Brownsville, yeah, like back, like I live in Las Olas, so Sistrunk used to be pretty scary. It's gotten a lot better, right? Progresso, these, they're up and coming. Melrose, right? So the worse the neighborhood, the investor is going to want more money.
You
It's
spoiled
risk.
me, Nish. You spoiled me.
Yeah. Well, it's the risk level, right? So you just want to make sure, and that's how big institutional funds look at it the same way. The riskier the neighborhood, or if you're looking at multifamily, big buildings, you want to make sure if it's a bad neighborhood, that you're getting paid more. You're going to have the other things that we didn't talk about, other expenses. When you're looking at, multifamily bad neighborhoods, if you see a lot of legal fees, what do you think that means? What do you guys think if I saw, like, I'm looking at the profit and loss, man, Harry's portfolio has got a ton of legal fees.
Lots of problems.
Yeah, lots of problems, right? Evictions, exactly. I like Steve put divorce. I think Harry's only gonna get divorced once, but no, I'm kidding.
Never again. I'm
Never
tired
again.
of my half my income.
Yeah, so like collection issues, right? Collection, evictions, all the above. So those numbers go up, all right? And we do have buyers, right? If you're building your cash buyers list, we do have buyers, right, that will that love those neighborhoods. They specialize in it. One of our big buyers, guess what he does for his daytime job? He is a police officer. He has no problem collecting rent. He likes it. He's like, the numbers make sense.
He also carries a gun.
Carries a gun, right? So how do we make a quick offer on a property, right? So, hey, I don't know what to offer on this house. How do I do that, right? So the quick way to do it, right, is you're going to take the ARV after repair value. And we use times 0.75. When the market years ago, after 2010, you could have even went 0.6. Minus the repair costs equals maximum allowable offer. And even though we say maximum allowable offer, have we offered more? We have, because we know how to push the other issue, right? So the idea is you got to figure out your comps. That's after repair value, after it's all fixed up, right? If you're talking to a homeowner, you can't get to the house quick enough. Ask them, hey, Harry, how's your house look? Oh, it's not bad. Hey, have you upgraded your kitchens and bathrooms? No, it's been about 10, 15 years. What about the roof? Oh, it doesn't leak, right? So you could slowly go through these things and say, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to replace the roof, upgrade the kitchens. I'm gonna have to, the bathrooms, maybe the flooring. And you wanna have this list, a running list, so you can get an offer out there. Ideally, you wanna get to the house. But sometimes the homeowner is gonna say, well, you're the expert, Harry. What are you gonna offer me? It may be lower than you expected because I didn't get to look at the house. Again, these are just quick ways to make offers, right? So let's, for example, take 275,000 house after repair value, right? You're going to use comparables. We use REIFax. I guess you could use the MLS if you want. Make sure you're checking what the other houses look like, right? Do they have impact windows? Do they not? Are they on the other side of the neighborhood? Is it on the other side of 95 or 75? Is it a gated community? These are all important things. So 275, right? The repairs are 50. So what we want to be, our max number is around 156. Well, if the homeowner says 160, are we going to say no? Of course not, right? We're going to get it under contract. The challenge is if you offer way too much, what's your exit strategy going to be? You got to have an exit strategy. It's great to get things under contract. Well, how am I going to call up the other wholesaler? Or you're the wholesaler. How am I going to call up the rehabber? The buy and hold guy. Hey, if you buy it at this price, this is what you're going to make. Right? These are important things that you want when it comes to it. Right? So what are some of the big ticket costs? Right? Roof replacement. That's big, depending on shingle, right? What kind of roof? Is it metal, barrel tile? And we go over these things during are a quick start, right? So when we have, Carl Shealy on board and we're going over properties, electrical and plumbing, big ticket items, right? Cooling and heating, right, Steve? Your HVACs, big money, right? Illegal additions, right? My favorite, I always pick on Hialeah. I love Hialeah, but it's a 1,500 square foot house, 9-bedroom, 3 bathrooms. Right? No, it's
Poor
permitted.
house.
Yeah, no, right? So those are important things that you need to know up front, right? Am I worried about the small little crack on the tile? I'm not. Right? So a lot of newbies, and I can even speak for myself, I was so worried to know exactly the detail. Well, the flooring is not $3.25 a square foot. It's $3.55. When you're making these offers, it's got to be quick, right? Don't worry. It's not going to make that much of a difference, $1,000 or $2,000. When you're under contract and you're walking the house, that's a different level, and you're looking to rehab, right? When you're the buyer, you're just trying to get a number, get it under contract, send your Florida FAR bar is, add an inspection period, put a deposit down. We're going to use those inspection days as what? Got to put in the marketing, or it's marketing. I was going to put in chat, but we're using those days for marketing. I actually gave you the answers, right? So that's why it's important that you get things under contract. I always see this. We talk about this all the time, Harry. The analysis paralysis, right? So go ahead and put in chat if you're an analysis paralysis person, right? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, give me a yeah, buddy. And if you're not, right, then you're lying to me. I cannot be the only person that has analysis paralysis, right? How many of you guys are getting some good information today, right? These are things that we're doing to get deals. We talked about your power team, right? So who's on your power team, right? Contractors, handymen. Yeah, we are. Absolutely. For our students, Steve. Absolutely. Insurance agents. Bob Pepe from Flagler. Arcana Insurance, which is now Millennial Insurance. We love these guys, right? They specialize working with investors. Realtors. I like
unseen.
Yep.
Sight unseen.
Absolutely. Realtors. Yeah. We like most of them if they're investor friendly, right? They could help you with listing the property if you're not a realtor after you fix it. They have other deals, right? A lot of good realtors might have some pocket listings. They work on commission, right? Give them both sides. Don't be greedy if you're going to make the money on the deal. So all realtors are not created equal, right? Title companies, same thing with title companies or law firms. You want to make sure you're working with a company that does double closings and assignments of contracts. They don't point out and say, hey, Harry, oh my gosh, did you know Harry Diamond at Valor Ventures is making $40,000 on this assignment fee? No, right? You don't want them to circle that. So you want to make sure you have that. Money partners, right? And Lori, you're right, inspectors too is included, but money partners and lenders. How in the heck are you doing deals if you don't have money? You really do need them for short sales. You need them for foreclosures. And if you don't have money, you can't do any of those deals. If you're using hard money lenders, we have a bunch, you're still going to need some of your own money. Let me know how easy it is to raise money when you're new. I was there. Let me tell you. I lucked out 2 people believed in me out of the 50 people that showed up for my event. I was like, holy crap. They're like, what? And then you lost everything and now you want me to invest in you and you're going to try it out with my money and you're buying a house and you're only going to keep it for a couple of hours? I'm super confused. How are you going to make money? That's got to be illegal. This is too much, right? And then also you want some mortgage brokers, especially on the retail side when you're selling properties, right? Conventional FHA, there's bank statement loans, debt service loans, DSCR loans, all the above. The great thing, guess what? When you work with us, guess what? We have everything. We are that power team. If you don't work with us, you're going to have to look for these people. Again, we have some great vendors within our organization, right? So the characteristics of flipping real estate, right? You should have larger profits. If you're rehabbing, theoretically, you should make more money. Not always, and we'll show you some deals. It takes more time, right? So the more time it takes, the market may change. These last couple of years, right? These last 3 years, it's been going up. So what's happened is if you were not good at rehabbing and you took longer on time or went over budget, you lucked out because prices have gone up. Right now in South Florida, prices are still going up. It's just not the same, or it's level. Most of the country, if you're looking around the news, prices are going down 5 to 10%. If your numbers are tight, that's what's going to make a big difference too. So again, you need a power team to complete, right? And you need more money to complete a project. So that is always very important, right? And we think it's one of those things that when you're doing deals, if you don't have all these things combined, how are you going to get a deal, right? Your next door neighbor wants to sell his property and you don't have the money. You don't know how to analyze it. What are you going to do, right? And we talked about who's on your power team, right? So what we want to show you is some of the deals that we've been doing in our market. So this deal, right? This is a student deal. In Fort Lauderdale, there was actually 8 heirs. And of course, 7 of them agreed on selling the house, and there's always one. How many of you guys have siblings, right? I only have one. It's tough enough for us to agree on one thing. Imagine 8 of you, right? So we cleaned up the house. Mario is a elite student, so we all had the opportunity to rehab the house. So this is us cleaning out the house. The house was beyond disgusting. And we bought Carl Shealy, and he said, hey, let's rehab the house. And Carl goes, okay. He walks in, he goes, Anish, we got some issues. We got some challenges. It's going to cost way more money. So of course, we've been building our power, our buyers list for years and years. And we sent it on our list and we wholesaled it, and we made $70,000. So Mario made wholesale. Yep. So Mario made $35,000 on his own, or not on his own, with his mentor Taryn and myself, but with none of his own money. How many of you guys feel that's a pretty good deal? Give me a yeah, buddy. Right? Yep. So this house, go ahead, Harry. You want to talk about this house?
This was the one where the homeowner, his father was actually a hoarder, and the son thought the house was worth $700,000. That's what he wanted. Well, that's the after repaired value. But I let him talk, and he kept talking about all the numbers to rehab, and we got it for $300,000. And we ended up just cleaning it out and selling it that way, and we made $138,000 wholesale deal. Didn't need to rehab it. We negotiated the liens, and the best part is I had the new buyer pay the liens.
You want to tell them how much were the liens?
The liens were
small amount. It's like
$380,000.
Yeah, did you guys hear that?
Violations.
Yep, $380,000. Go ahead and put in the chat. What do you guys think was negotiated on that? As we got the $138,000. Put in the chat. What do you think Harry negotiated it down for the liens? So from 300 and some thousand. What's the number, guys? And I know I'm going to tell you where I was back when I first started. If I saw a house with that many liens, I'm walking away. And that house, seeing the hoarder the way it was, and he was living in it, I would have walked away.
Bring him to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's just the reality. That's where I was. So I see the range from, I think the high, we see someone saying $100,000 from 300,000 to 100. And the low is 5,000. Harry, how much was the lien?
Well, we had $1,673 of non-negotiable hard costs that we had to pay. but the judge, the magistrate, brought it down to 0. And then after he said, wait a minute, he goes, I can't not charge anything. He ended up charging $1 per case. So we got it down to $3.
$3. And then the hard cost was the $16.90. And here's the best part was, guess what? Guess who paid it?
Our buyer.
Yeah, not us. We pushed it onto the buyer. Oh, and by the way, we made $138,000. The seller got to buy a new house up in
Melbourne.
Melbourne. Okay, Melbourne. They got out of it too, and it was a true win-win. And the crazy part, Broward Boulevard, if you guys know, literally thousands of cars passing it daily, and the house was in that same condition and got worse over 5 years. Knocking on doors.
1 acre lot sitting on the back of a golf course. It was just.
Yep. And our student made about 70 grand. So the total profit was 138,000. Not a bad first deal for Julio. 1309 Margate, right? Go ahead, Harry.
1309, the bank, it was upside down, a reverse mortgage, and I convinced the heirs to let me do my magic. And we ended up, well, you see it right there, making $179,000 after negotiating everything that had to be done. And that is wholesale. That's not fixing anything. That's not touching anything. I had to do some minor stuff for the to bring some of the violations to compliance. There was an overhang over the front door, which is in that picture gone. But that's it. And mow the grass. The grass was like 4 feet high.
Give me a yeah, Harry, if you think that's a good deal. Like you wish this was your deal. Give me a yeah, Harry. Right? Give me one of those. So
that one didn't, Abby, that one didn't have the high liens on that. But regarding liens, as long as you work with the city and show them that you are the investor that's solving their problems, they're very amicable in working with you.
Yeah. So this deal is in Hollywood, pre-foreclosure, with equity, right? The student was, working with the homeowner. They wanted to keep the house, and then they couldn't keep the house. We knew we could wholesale the house, right? So we're not just wholesalers. So we decided to rehab the house. And so this is what it looks like afterwards, right? Real pretty. And we're kind of laughing because we only made $67,000 in 118 days. Boo on the rehab. So that's why I was joking. Sometimes we are making more than the rehabbers. So the actual rehab took 5 weeks. 3 weeks. It was an FHA buyer, which takes 90 days to close and it appraised out. So instead of only making 5 or 10 grand on a wholesale deal, we said, okay, you're an elite student. Let's go ahead and fix the house. Right. So that was a $67,000 profit. So this one we just closed on. This was another house pre-foreclosure with equity. We bought the house for $252,000. We put $70,000 in the house, needed a new roof. Everything else, actually, the bones were really good. And so this is what it looks like afterwards. You could see as a rehabber, we're doing the same things. We even use the same staging company, right? So this one was pretty impressive also. The profit was $67,000 from beginning to end. We did this in 4 months. Give me a yeah, buddy, if you think making $167,000 in 4 months is pretty good. So our student, Latanya, made $83,000 on this deal. 4 months. Pre-foreclosure with equity. The seller even walked away with almost $85,000.
That's what I loved about this organization is that they put up the money, they walk us through how to do everything, and we get paid, and it doesn't cost us a penny out of our pocket.
So this one was a probate, right? Another probate, right? Julio, his second house, right? He made the $130,000 on the first house.
He's going to be called the Hoarder King.
Yeah, well, this house is move-in ready. Right, realtors, right? Again, I would have walked away from this house. This would have been too much. Over the years in 2005, 6, 7, I walked away from these houses because I didn't have the bandwidth. I didn't understand it, all the above, right? So Pembroke Pines, put it in the chat. What do you think we bought the house for? As we flick through it, right? So we cleaned it up.
Yeah.
The 3-1 in Pembroke Pines, right? So we bought it. We just cleaned it out for about $5,500. And this was a probate also, right, Harry? This one was
double probate.
Yep.
Father died, then the son died a year later, and they found him on the front step. You couldn't see the house from the street. It was 10 feet tall, grass, weeds, bushes.
Yep. And we bought the house for, it was $100,000, guys. So we wholesaled it for $110. So Julio's two first deals was $250,000 worth of profit. So what's that? 100 and make me do math. He made $125,000 on his first two deals with
less than a calendar year. Yeah.
Zero money of his own. My money. Working with our mentors, right? And Harry was actually his mentor for both of those deals.
And this house actually was worse after we cleaned it out. There were holes in the floors. We had to go back with plywood.
Yeah. Go ahead, Harry. This one.
This one, another of my deals. Another deceased brother found the heir. This is us after we cleaned it out. But that one there, we were able to get for $125,000 paid off the bank. And our first buyer backed out and lost his EMD deposit, and we sold it for a higher amount. So we ended up, this was actually in my Roth account. So I ended up making $145,000 tax-free in my Roth. So
that's why you want to come Saturday, because this is what the first job is, to make money. The second is to keep it legally.
You know, I know a lot of you are landlords and like to hold, and I'm a different age and have a slightly different philosophy. But if you walk with 140, how long would it take you to make that much money tax-free? I'd rather take my money and run. But everybody, you know, if you do a little bit of everything, you're great. This was another deal. We have two duplexes. I was going to pass on this, and I said the owner is 6 blocks away. I met him. He was in his 80s. He's been doing this for 50 years. He's tired, and it was distressed and needed some work. We ended up picking it up for about all in $300,000. The city wanted us to clean up the yard. There were some violations. We had to pave half of the driveway, which was
two duplexes, two ones.
Two ones. So that's 4 units, 2 beds, 1 bath.
One was
2 days after I owned it. 2 days.
Wait. One was owned free and clear, and the other one was in pre-foreclosure. And there was a ton of evictions going on with the units. And again, he's 86 years old, and the kids didn't want it, right? So this was our biggest profit at BPM REIA. $265,000 tax-free.
Also in my Roth.
Yeah. So those two deals I just showed you was the last few months of him doing this tax-free.
$400,000.
Remember I joked about, I said 9 properties, and again, Harry corrected me, only 7 properties over $1 million. This is how we're doing this, right? So how many of you guys are excited about real estate now? Give me a yeah, buddy. Give me one of those. Yeah. Okay. And if you're not, I'm just going to wait. I don't know what else you need to do to be excited.
We show you how to do this.
Yeah,
I'm not hiding anything. I teach the students how to do this.
Yeah. And so our coaching program, right? So people always ask us, hey, what the heck is your coaching program, right? And there's a lot of other coaching programs out there, right? Like I know, and you might have spent money. What Harry told you, he spent well over 50,000 on a program. I did over 50. The 5 mentors, we've all spent well over 25,000 is the minimum on national programs and 5 different programs. And guess what? None of us got deals. So I know what it's like. I know when you join our program, you know, when you're with us, I know we're committed to our student success. I make money. The mentors make money if you're doing deals. And that's when we go 50-50. So I've been there, right? So our core coaching program is truly wholesaling. So you want to take action now. I know Alexa's putting in the chat, book a discovery call. And then our elite program, guess what? We'll actually rehab houses with you. The cool thing is, right, when you work with me, our goals are aligned constantly. Those other companies, they're going to sell you something, hope for the best, it works out. So we only take 8 students per month. The reason is there's only actually 5 mentors. I know it doesn't sound like, hey, how come they take so few? Because we're truly a one-on-one mentoring. When you join our program, I think of it as the beginning of a lifetime relationship. I'm thinking how many students, right, Harry? I've known you guys for what? We're on like, gosh, I want to say
10.5 years.
How many? 10 and a half?
10 years.
10 years. Yeah. So that's the way we look at it. Like I put my money where my mouth is. I put the money, for the deals.
And I'm still working with this guy.
And great investors are trained, not born, right? Meaning we all constantly get training. You guys have heard me talk about this, right? I spent well over $100,000 on training this past year on mentoring masterminds. So we do have our 2-day quick start, right? So we do have one person's going to be really lucky and they're not going to have to pay for it. So for them, it's going to be free, right? They got paid to go, but for the rest of you guys, right? The 2-day boot camp,
The best money you'll ever spend.
Yeah, what we're going to do is on the 2-day, we're going to show you how to analyze properties, how to find off-market properties. We're going to have other experts. I give you a money back guarantee after the first day. You say, hey, Nish, this isn't for me. No questions asked. I'll give you your money back. So what kind of people attend our quick start? Realtors, newbie investors, experienced investors, people looking for generational wealth. How important is it to build passive income, right? These are all important things looking to change your lives. Give me a yeah, buddy, if you're one of those, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give special bonuses for people to take action, right? I reward people for taking action. So one of the things I mentioned was Marshall Silver's Turning Point. He's one of my mentors. I'm actually flying out to Las Vegas at the end of August. He charges $2,995 for his 2.5-day Turning Point. For anyone that signs up, I'm going to throw that in for free because it's helped me close more deals. It's literally changed my life to a next level. I know many of you guys look at me and say, hey, man, you're doing pretty good. Well, I say, guess what? I have unfinished business, and that's what it's about. Transactional funding for deals, right? When you join our coaching program or when you actually do our quick start, and guess what? You got deals, I will put up the money for your deals, right? And when I'm saying put up the money, it's only for the same day closing, transactional funding. So that's an $8,000 value. Our co-wholesale program, I mentioned we have well over 10,000 cash buyers. You got a deal under contract, right? You learn something from the quick start, get it under contract. We will help you find a buyer. We will go 50-50 on the profits, right? So again, it's a win-win for us. We have a deal right now that we're closing. We're making almost $35,000 just using our cash buyers. Experienced power team. We got all the title companies. We got insurance people. We literally have everything you need, right? So with the RIA, you got all of us. I could, when you partner with me on these deals, I got it covered, right? It's my money. So that's also included, $15,000, right? So you're looking at $65,000 in value. So what I am going to do, right? It's August 5th and 6th. So member pricing is $495. Non-member is $695. And so if you go to the QR code, and now you can actually get your ticket, right? So it's via Zoom. You're going to be at the comfort of your house.
You want to announce the winner first?
Well, yeah, Alexa will announce the winner also. So one of you guys will definitely be lucky. You want to go ahead and announce who the winner is?
Yes, I do. Thought you never asked. No, let's do this. So I have a winner for our 2-day quick start. Congratulations, Alejandro J. So happy for you. I'll get in touch with you, but I'm
Yeah.
so excited for you.
Yeah,
Alejandro.
August 5th and 6th. And, so some of you guys, like I've run into people all the time, right? You're going to be one of three people, right? One, you're going to take full action and say, hey, the coaching program's for me. Skip all the stuff. That's me. That's what anything I really wanted. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Get me there faster. All right. So book a discovery call. We'll set up a call. Ask me all the hard questions that you want, right? Again, these are real deals in a difficult market that we're showing in our backyard. So you're going to be that person. The second person says, well, I'm still trying to figure out, my finances. And again, we're talking about investing in yourself. What's it costing you? How many years has it been? And you say, hey, listen, while I'm figuring it out, let me go ahead and sign up for the quick start. He's giving me a money back guarantee. We used to charge close to $2,000 in person. The reason was the hotel rooms. The hotel rooms were expensive. I'm saving that money. I want to pass it on to you.
When
Right.
Victoria and I started, we didn't have any money. We actually went into debt to start real estate. And we just jumped in with both feet, took that leap of faith, and the rest is history.
Yeah. And then the third person is going to be, hey, I listened in on the webinar. It was some good stuff. Real estate investing is for somebody else. Let them live that for their life, get to travel around the world, and let them do that, right? That's the three types of people where you're going to be at. So again, I'm adding all those bonuses for the people that take action, right? You're literally getting over $60,000 in bonuses by signing up now. And I know there's some questions about the self-directed IRA stuff. Well, you should be at the Saturday workshop. It's $59 for members, $99 for non-members. This is going to be one of the most incredible times in real estate investing. I love that these things are recorded now. So when I look back and, it's 2028 and I said, remember I told you 2023, those were the good old days. What I'm telling you right now, there's a ton of opportunity, right? Meaning, I hate to say it, in our market specifically, there's a lot of people that can't afford their homes anymore, but there's equity. It's going to take investors like us to clean this mess up. All the deals that we talked about, right? It was a win-win. The sellers were ecstatic. They walked away with money when they could have walked away with nothing. So for us, it's about impact to a community. And again, we're only looking for, we're only taking 8 people for the month. So we've already, I know, Alexa, I think we've already had 5 people sign up for our coaching program this month. So there's only 3 spots. Is it going to be you, right? We're already past 2023, half the year. Right? You do not want this
to be this time next year.
Yeah. I mean, it just, you're going to want to join now, right? Like I just can't tell you how impactful that is. As I said, I'm part of a couple masterminds myself. I invested over $100,000 in myself. I think it's one of the best investments you can make is in yourself. So again, we're a chapter of National RIA, and we're truly a one-on-one mentoring. So I want to thank everybody for hopping on today for the event. As we're filling up for Saturday's event, the Zoom quick start, right? It's cameras on. I just want you guys to know it is small. We keep it small on purpose. It's going to be interactive. There'll be students in there too. So it is really about learning. And I give you really the guarantee right after the first day that you get your money back. So I don't know how much easier I can make it for you too. So Harry, any last words before we let everyone go?
Yeah, one of the things is people have, and including myself, have a difficult time of comprehending time. We think that a year from now is a long time, but I look back and I go, wait a minute, COVID was 3.5 years ago when it started. where did the last 3.5 years go? It is amazing how fast time flies.
Yep.
And looking forward a year, you realize it is not that long to change your life. And it will do that. Luckily, we live in South Florida, where we are the best market in the entire United States. This is the only place that everyone in the world wants to come to. And so you guys are in the right place. It's been the right time for a long time. It will always be the right time down here. But now to get like the stock market jump in, I promise you, especially with this guidance that you're being offered, you can't fail. It really is something truly a blessing for Victoria and I, and we can't speak more highly about it.
Absolutely. And I do see some questions that if you're smart like me, good with your numbers, right? The smart move is what? Get your membership if you're not a member, and then sign up for the quick start, right? It'll be $790 in total. You get all the benefits with Home Depot and all those other good things going on. Alexa, do we have the do you have a separate QR code, or do you have them email you?
If they go ahead and click that link, it'll take them over to the checkout page, and there's an option that says best value. So just go ahead and click best value. That'll get you the membership as well as the member priced quick start ticket all in one. So you will get a welcome email from me, and we will get you all the information you need to start unlocking those membership benefits. But you guys, thank you so much, Anish and Harry. That was awesome. If you guys have questions on the mentoring, please go book a discovery call. I see you guys are already booking as we're in the webinar today. So I'm really looking forward to speaking with you guys one-on-one. And if you want to book that free consultation, I'm the one who will help you do that. So please
And
let me
what I
know.
just wanted to add also, we do have
really excited for you guys that are.
Oh, sorry. I think Alexa's going in and out. So I just wanted to add one last thing was we do have a financial partner that is actually someone that you could actually apply. And some of the people, if you have good credit, they're actually getting their whole education financed. So don't let that stop you, right? So we've all been there. You've heard our story from beginning to end. And for me, you know, what I didn't tell you was not only did I go bankrupt and lost everything, my parents lost their home because they invested with me in 2010. And the good part of the story was I got to buy my house and pay cash for it. And it was this business that actually allowed me to do that and get to the next level too. So I just will, again, we do have financing options. So book a discovery call as soon as possible. And again, we only have 3 more seats left for July. So thank you again. And some of you guys, I will hope to see you Saturday. Thanks, Harry. Thanks,
Thank
Alexa.
you guys.
Okay, do you want to mention
Look
one
out
quick
for my-
thing about the August 2nd in-person meeting?
The
August 2nd in-person meeting.
Yes,
meeting.
August 2nd, and everybody.
Okay, she's going in.
Woo! August 2nd, you guys.
August 2nd, Signature Grand is their in-person quarterly monthly meeting. You
Bye,
definitely
guys.
want to be there. Plug in, keep plugging in, and you'll be successful.
Yep. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.